Welcome to the Okie Woodsman channel. We're gonna get some work done today, splitting some wood for some people. Let's get started. Too big. Too big. Wow, one round. That's crazy. That's like 2 or 3 rounds tops. That's crazy.
Originally, when I bucked up these rounds, the landowner wanted them cut at 24 inches. I should have cut them closer to 22 and 23 inches. My Splitfire 3490 can only handle a 24-inch log. In order to split, it needs to be less than 24.
We're getting her whooped, boys. Hey, you want to run the lever? You want to do this? You want to try? Let's try. It's stronger this way.
process. You may have noticed in the background that there is a box store type splitter in the vertical orientation. The landowner owns that. He also owns that Kubota tractor that you see in the background with a grapple. Wrestling 30-inch rounds over to the splitter to get them split in half and then in quarters is still a ton of work. I found that it was quicker for me just to take a round where it lay and quarter it up with a saw. Noodling is far less effort. Now, when a round was upright, I did utilize the tractor to get it up on the side, so that way I could go ahead and noodle it. I did not want to be cutting into the end grain. You'll notice that this is dirty firewood. This was no time to be swapping chains constantly, hand filing every 5 minutes, or anything like that because the saw is cutting less than optimally. That's another thing I learned working with all of these people. You can't have everyone working while you are sitting there trying to get the saw cutting optimally. There becomes a point where you've just got to keep working. Of course, if the saw is not cutting, it's not cutting. But that's something that I've had to come to a realization to. And that's from watching channels like Chris in the Woodyard. Chris has produced so much firewood because he's a firewood guy. He just keeps going. He does bring up the fact that when a chain's not cutting optimally, it's more work, it's harder on your equipment, and so forth. But if you're cutting, you're cutting. This is where it was nice to have this steel 460 with all that power to be able to go ahead and dog in and really get through this oak that's been sitting there hardening for a year. It's not green wood anymore. There's a lot of moisture content, but it was very hard. There's white oak, like this piece right here. It was very tough stuff. I could go ahead and sharpen a chain and it still was not going to go through it like butter. See that tractor in the background waiting with a round? I believe he's probably going to go ahead and take that over to the splitter. Ultimately, I may have ended up noodling that into quarters anyway. We had quite a group of people, men and a few young kids, including my boys. Everyone worked hard. It was extremely hot today. You'll notice I'm not wearing chaps. Of course, that is not recommended, but I was about done and was gonna fall over with exhaustion. It was just so hot. I'm completely saturated and drenched. No matter what, it's still hard work. That doesn't mean it's not fun work. That doesn't mean it's not good work. It is still some hard work.
Thank you. Perfect. We are getting our Rumpelstiltskin kicked. I'm telling you, man, it's a hot day. Between moving the wood around, we have a tractor here, but again, large rounds are just a nuisance. I can understand why firewood guys don't want them. I mean, really, there's a lot of wood in them, but it is a lot of work. Something I've noticed, the box store splitter, while it's slower, I think it can bust through. I don't know if there's like such thing as like gear ratios. I know it's not gear ratio, but maybe it's something to do with the pump. But it seems as if that one can force through when it gets real hard. Now, of course, this one is faster and it's got the log lift. It's different, but it just highlights how different equipment operates differently. Wow, guys. We're gonna keep working as long as we can. We hit 17 hours on it today. I said earlier that I thought that those were just 2 ricks of wood, but I forgot they're 24 inches long and the stacks are taller than 4 foot. So I think we actually got closer to splitting an actual cord of wood.
And it was hot because we had no shade.
Hot indeed.